Cancers, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we're going to take a look at the week of August 11th through the 17th. We are in this week, guys. I was traveling. I didn't have a chance to be able to record last week. I tried where I was traveling to and it just wasn't working out. So anyways, we're back. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what Spirit has to say for you. I am feeling a lot of healing energy for you, Cancers. Feels to me like you've overcome. I was just getting ready to say that. It feels to me like you've overcome storms and obstacles in your life. And now you're on the path, or this week for sure, and it's 4:44 on the clock right now. But this week for sure feels like you are kind of in the calm of the storm. You know, the storm and the winds blow and then everything kind of settles. It feels to me like this is an after the dust has settled reading, okay? So let's kind of look in and see what Spirit has for you. You see the first card out is resilience. Okay, and this to me is just speaking to exactly what we were talking about, your ability to be able to endure the storms with such grace and elegance. The card reads, someone is protecting you from the truth because they are worried about your response. It's not their decision to make. You're tougher than they think. Wow. For some reason, this feels like you. Like maybe you... Could be you or the other party. Whoever it is, the person has, it doesn't feel like it's ill intentions. It feels to me like this person doesn't want to give you, or you don't want to give them the information because you don't want them to, like, get their feelings hurt. Like, what it feels like to me is like maybe the other person or you is not trying to tell the person like, hey, I don't want to be with you or I don't like you, but more so like I'm still struggling with something from the past, or like an ex came back and said something to them. Like it feels like that, and they don't want to like, you know, kind of like cause chaos and conflict for something that they're not concerned about. I don't know. It doesn't feel malicious for some reason though. Forgiveness. Trusting yourself is often harder than trusting others. Don't worry if you get this wrong. The consequences will not be as bad as you think. Yeah, this is another reason why it feels like your energy to me. Okay, but remember, you've been resilient. You've been through a ton of storms before. So it's like this is not going to take you out, Cancers. You've been able to overcome everything else in the past, and there's some type of balance that needs to be brought to this. You're being advised to use wisdom in your dealings with this situation, okay? To balance out the scales, to do what you would like for someone to do to you, and to see the big picture. You have wisdom. You are very, very, very wise, spiritually, emotionally, so you have everything you need to be able to handle this situation appropriately. But you have to do it with truth, because that's coming through very clearly. There needs to be some truth or some clarity here. If this is the other person has the intention to be fair and balanced. I definitely am not picking up on a malicious energy, but I think for whoever needs to speak up, there's some type of, in their minds, they feel like this is going to cause conflict and chaos. It's like, no, I just came out of the storm, right? Or I've had so many storms and I don't want to have to deal with another one. It's almost like the person is assessing and analyzing like what the best route is for them to speak their mind and tell the truth. Okay? Look at this truth card, or trust card wanted to come out. And then veiled. There's something hidden here for sure, guys. Whoever the divine masculine is more than likely the one who has the information that's being withheld. But also too, with that divine masculine, what I'm picking up on is that the only way to bring this situation into balance is for truth to be spoken and action to be taken in regards to gaining clarity. That's going to create resilience in this situation. Whatever it is, whoever speaks up, you're going to create resilience in your relationship, whether this is business, platonic, romantic, whatever. You're going to be able to build resilience in the relationship by allowing forgiveness to step into place, by being honest and speaking your truth. The bottom of the deck energy is not for you. And that to me is not being interpreted right now. It doesn't feel like this is like, oh, this situation is not for you. This feels like, it feels to me like keeping the information back is going to cause more problems than speaking the truth about it. Okay? It's like someone needs to speak the truth. This could be about some like hidden money. Or some type of, maybe somebody's lying about money. I don't know why I would be picking up on that, but could be. Somebody could be lying. Alrighty. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with a Libra. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. Someone doesn't want to disappoint someone. The month of May could be significant in some way, shape, or form. Or the number 5, which definitely makes me think about like changes. Again, this could have something to do with money. The carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. See, this is you. You've already been through these storms. You've already been through like the conflict and the chaos. And I think that either you or the other person, both parties have been through a lot, but whoever is keeping and withholding information from the other person sees the other person as someone who's been so resilient, who's already had to endure a lot. And it's like they don't want to tell them the truth about whatever this secret is, because they don't want the person to feel like, oh God, here goes another form of conflict, chaos, and a storm, right? It's like the person who needs to speak the truth is looking at this as if like, if I don't get this right, if I don't do it exactly the way that I need to, then I'm going to cause conflict in our relationship or situation. And it's going to affect, like, it's going to have long-term implications. Like, it's going to affect where we can go and grow, because that's coming through with that money too. Is like this, whatever this secret is, has the ability to impact our long-term sustainability or long-term wealth benefits, things like that. And then a broken wishbone, your wish will not be granted. That goes back to that. There's a man, dealings or a relationship with a man. There goes that divine masculine again. I really believe that the divine masculine, whoever the masculine energy is, I believe that they're the ones who are withholding this information. So if you're a divine feminine, or if you identify as a feminine, more than likely it's the more masculine energy that is withholding this information. And it's almost as if someone's acting as an avoidant. Avoiding speaking truth. I'm also seeing like a crab, which I know you're a Cancer, but they're showing me a crab, like how crabs will tuck away and hide and not want to speak the whole truth. Like it's almost like they could be trying to give the information but not fully give it, you know? Let's look and see, what is this energy? Oh, conflict, lies. There's definitely lies. Definitely lies. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Cancers. Definitely lies. Someone may not be speaking the truth or wanting to tell the truth in regards to who they were in the past. Maybe where their money came from, who they partnered with, where they worked. Some type of deceptive energy. When I say deceptive, it just doesn't seem like it's like maybe it could have been a career is coming through. Like maybe it was a career that was not a truthful career. Maybe they were like a thief or something like that. Like someone who, you know, like a job that we would look at in society as being like a sinner, or like, ooh, you're a bad person. Why would you do that? Like maybe they got their money from that. Like, okay, this is what's coming through right now. You know, like somebody earned like their riches from like getting what am I trying, like those get rich schemes, you know? Like maybe somebody earned a living by those get rich schemes. Maybe they did stuff for quick money, with the Tower being here too. That's coming through. And maybe that's how they're wealthy. And you could be asking them like, how'd you get all this money? And they're like, oh, well, you know, I wasn't necessarily like a hard working man, but I kind of did whatever I had to do to get money. Sorry, guys. I'm just allowing the messages to come through. Something's going to happen, though, this week. There's going to be a tower moment this week where there's an abrupt, like, it feels like like somebody word vomits it out. Like you're just having a casual conversation with this person and they just spill all the beans. And I think it is initially disappointing to you. I think it's disappointing to you because you feel like, why did it take you so long to tell me? Or why didn't you give me the truth? Like, why wouldn't you just tell me exactly how you felt? Like, why would you hide this from me? And I think that maybe they look at you, if it's them that's withholding this information, I think they may look at you as being like innocent and not wanting to hurt your heart. But what they don't realize is whoever's keeping the secret, what they don't realize is that it's creating an imbalance and instability in this situation. I think I said that earlier because something else was kind of showing that too. But it's creating an instability and an imbalance in this relationship. It's actually creating a storm in the emotions within this relationship because it's as if you guys can't truly like connect. So you could be feeling like there's a disconnect, like I can't really connect fully to this person. And it does feel like this could be a romantic relationship. Like maybe you've been connecting with someone, but you feel like they're hiding something. And you're like, what is it? What is it? And it's like this dust cloud that's just completely like covering and hovering over the relationship. And it's because like, you know, your guides in spirit and even you intuitively know that there's more to this than the person is giving you. And so in the back of your mind, you're always like, dang, I don't know if I could really trust them because I feel like there's something more here. And like I said, it could be something as simple as like, this is how the person earned money in the past. Maybe they're not doing it anymore. But it's creating an imbalance. It's creating an imbalance because there's no clarity, there's no truth, and there's no ability to forgive and accept. Right? Is creating like quarrels and conflict within this relationship. Is creating a disconnect because it's like we can't even step into the new because we're tied up in this lack of clarity in regards to your past. There's something like that coming through. And the interesting thing is that the advice is the Knight of Cups. The advice is that you choose to see things through the lens of your heart. This is very strange, but it's for a reason. I don't know what this person's going to tell you, or I don't know what you have to tell this person, but the advice is that whoever is delivering the message, that the other party receives them with love. Okay? So it definitely makes me feel like this person had a past. It seems like they had some type of past, but now the dust has settled, and this is what they're presenting to you. Or this is what you're presenting to them. Like the dust has settled. This is who I am. And it's either going to make or break. But the advice is to see things through the lens of love. Okay? This is a beautiful reading, Cancer. Honestly, like I think this is beautiful. I would take this reading any day and make it my own. It's beautiful because this is what being fair and justice and balance is all about, right? You know, the energy of Ma'at, where Ma'at takes the heart and weighs it up against a feather. Well, you know, if you think about it logically, the heart's always going to weigh more than the feather. But when you are able to forgive and to love freely and to see people's perspective, not through the lens of like rose-colored glasses where you're just accepting and embracing things, but where you're actually able to bring in some logic, some spiritual knowledge and wisdom, as well as emotions and practicality. When you're like the magician type energy when he's upright, right? That's the energy of being able to see things from a higher level perspective. That Libra energy with the to be fair, the Justice card, that's all about seeing the bigger perspective, seeing things clearly without judgment, condemnation, or, you know, through the lens of trying to devour someone or thinking someone's trying to devour you. When you have that clarity, that's how you bring breakthrough moments, and that's also how you allow people to truly be their authentic selves. So for some reason, I'm going to go into this, but for a lot of us women, we want masculines and men to show up and present themselves to us with with ease. We want them to be able to speak to us, to tell us how they feel, to share their innermost thoughts and beings. But when they come to us with things like this, situations like this situation, maybe where someone doesn't have the most, like societally accepted past. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but then maybe they don't have a past that's accepted by society. When they come to us and they share those things with us, instead of us responding and reacting with like, oh my God, I can't believe, that's you, which is this Five of Wands energy. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe that that's you. I cannot believe that that's you. We respond this way instead of responding with this Ace of Pentacles energy, which is like, you know what? That may have been who you were, but if you did the work, then you've become something new and you could have something beautiful to offer me. But it's a matter of me coming out of the conflict and not responding to you with conflict, but rather responding to you with justice, balance, and the Ma'at energy to weigh your heart against the feather to see if your heart and your intentions are truly pure. And if so, then I can embrace that maybe your past wasn't what I desired, to be with. But the who you are now, if it's balanced with that Ma'at energy, then that heart is going to be pure, the intentions are going to be pure, and you're going to be able to see the benefits in moving forward with that person. Because all of us are flawed, all of us have made mistakes, and all of us have a past. And by no means am I making an excuse for this person, you or them. I don't care who it is. Wrong is wrong. But the reality of it is that if we don't leave room for grace and if we're not fair in our judgment of others, then we can't expect that people will provide that same thing to us. Okay? Anyways, Cancers, I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. You guys are very wise. You're very spiritually aware and mature. I hope this is your reading. Just remember and remind yourself that you're resilient, you're tough, and that you can get through this. Allow this person to speak, and even if you choose to never deal with them again, don't judge them in a negative manner, because you don't want to carry that on your heart, because now your heart is going to be much heavier than that feather. Okay, so love and move beyond if that's what you choose to do, but do not harbor hate in your heart. If this is your reading, go ahead and drop a broken heart in the comments, because that's what we're going to avoid this week. If you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, and subscribing, that would be fantastic. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you all next week, and have a good one. Bye.